Greetings to the ballers from all over the world. Welcome to another exciting episode of Onside ZA, brought to you by Betway. Get way more. Do I do it like Marco? Or should Marco do the Marco special?
Is Marco even here?
Let's get Marco in.
Oh, Marco is here.
Yeah, like I feel like, you know, the intro is missing that
Lando.
Marco touch.
The famous red teams from the north of England whimper to the finish line, and the sun goes down on Downs' dreams of a CAF Champions League. This is Onside ZA, brought to you by Betway. Get way more.
Thank you, Marco. And greetings to all the ballers as well. And today we are joined by somebody very special. I'm going to be introducing him just now. Tepi Worldwide.
Hello, darling.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Super Sub, thank you for joining us.
Danko.
Danko, and our special guest joining us today, Mr. Tristan Moses. How are you doing?
Fantastic, brother. How are you?
Yes, I'm good. Happy
to be here, man.
Yeah. We've been trying to get you to come through,
course.
but like finally we managed to nail it down.
Yeah.
Anyway, to the ballers at home, if you are new on the Betway app, make sure that you use our affiliate code Onside ZA, and that helps us, you know, bring you super cool episodes every week on a Tuesday at 9 o'clock. Anyway, getting into the business of today, do we go overseas or do we start at home? Which one do you guys prefer?
Like, let's keep it local.
Because there's drama
Let's
everywhere,
start
right?
at home, man.
Yeah, let's start off. Our
Must we
guests
start at
have asked us to start at home. Yeah.
But before we start with everything, Tristan,
Yes,
just a little bit about yourself. What are you doing here? Why did you come here?
of course.
Tepi was like, please come. Okay.
Nah, of course. Tsepi obviously called me, told me to come in. Thank you, Marco. Like I said, I think this platform is great just to express who we are as players. Tell our story as well. You know what I mean?
That's beautiful.
It's very important.
So your story as a player, ne?
Yeah.
Before we get into all the other things, like why did you decide to go pro?
You know, playing football is all I know. You know, from the time I was 5 years old. You understand? Just to play football. Just the passion that I had for the game. From a young age is all I knew. You know what I mean? And you know, God was good enough to bless me with the opportunity to become a professional and play at some of the biggest clubs in the country, you know. So,
We're gonna get into those conversations later, but let's get into the conversation of today. We're starting Champions League. Again.
Which one? Ours.
No, I think we are local.
Oh, yeah, ours. Okay.
Yes. Sundowns, again, semi-finals, getting knocked out. Is Rulani is he ever gonna do it?
Yeah, look, to win Champions League, I think it takes a bit of time. And, you know, with him getting knocked out in the semi-finals, I think he's getting more experience every season. I think eventually he's going to win it. We just need time.
Tristan, where do you think where do you think Sundowns actually got it wrong over the two legs?
you know, it's tough. Champions League is tough. Champions League is very, very tough. I wouldn't say that they got it wrong. You know, they proved themselves in the African Football League. You know, they took that thing, they won it. But CAF is a different story. You know, it's a different story. You come against a team like Esperance, man. They set a low block, you're defending. It's tough.
But we
Very
thought
tough.
we thought Sundowns, because they fare well against North African opponents.
Yeah.
That's
We
what we
thought like,
thought.
okay, it was just like, you know, a Hedelnyana losing in Tunisia.
Yes.
Coming back here, things are going to be different.
I agree. And also, you know how we also mentioned that there's always another player on the field. In this case, when they were playing at home, we were expecting that the ambience and having the support of the Yellow Nation was also going to assist them in at least, you know, coming home and winning this one. I want to find out from you, Tristan, strategically or tactically rather, what do you think Rulani could have done better?
Look, it's tough, eh? I'm not a coach.
Yeah, but like,
I'm not a coach, I'm a player. I take
Yeah.
instructions from a coach. And
Yeah,
for
apply
sure.
it, you know, but I know what a physical battle it is playing against Northern African teams. You know what I mean? I don't, like I said, in CAF Champions League games, it's man for man. You know what I mean? You don't know where the result is going to go. It's always a tough game, physical game. It's different to our local league. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, true. Super Sub, the stoppage that happened because of lightning and what. Do you think? Huh?
yeah,
Oh.
continue.
Do you think that might have played a role in switching Sundowns off?
Yeah, look, it does, and I think that question, I think Tristan will be the best person to answer it because he's a player. You know, I think you in a game, 19 minutes into the game, you are up, you're throwing everything at your opponent, and again the game gets stopped. Obviously, that temper your momentum, and you have to build again when you restart. I mean, after an hour,
10 minutes.
you know, I think it played a role as well.
Yeah, no, 100%. You know, it's when you go into a game,
Yeah.
you're mentally prepared to perform. You know,
Yeah.
everything is programmed. There's a schedule to everything. You're used to your normal schedule. You know, you go in, your body's even conditioned to play that 45, and then there's
Yes.
a break. Your body switches off. You cool down. And luckily, yes, in the changing rooms, you can have, your trainers are no spoo at Sundowns. Does a very good job with the players. But like I said, your body switches off. You know, you're there to perform for 90 minutes, and then there's a break, and then it's like it puts you off. You know what I mean? So definitely, there's a big difference.
So do we regard this season as a failure season? Because the league, I mean.
What really is the definition of a failure season? Because may I just ask? When I Lane, you would know this. MTN was taken by Orlando Pirates.
Yes.
Carling was taken by Stellenbosch.
Yes.
Which other one do we have?
Netbank.
Netbank was taken. It's still happening.
Still up in the air.
between cheaper
Right.
Pirates, Staleys and
Sundowns
Sundowns.
is still there,
Yes.
right? So potentially they can still have some silverware, and obviously we
No,
know
they've got the league.
Yeah, the league is theirs.
Yeah, that's
so
done.
do we still say that it's a failure because they were not able to do what 11? How many teams do we have in the top flight? 16 other teams
Well,
are not.
15
15 other
other
teams are not
teams.
able to do.
No, the reason I'm asking this is like this is the seventh time in a row they're doing this. So winning the league in J is just like it's a walk in the park for them.
No, not necessarily so. You know, they've put in work to be where
I'm
they
not
are.
disputing that.
You know, and I think obviously they want a bigger one, which is CAF Champions League. They want that second star.
Yeah.
And which is why I think some of Mamelodi Sundowns fans are calling for Rulani Z, which I think is a little bit unfair.
True.
And I wouldn't say it would have been a failure per se. You know, I think they've done well. Remember, I mean, they won the AFL. You know, they've.
That's true, huh?
And they played against the best.
The African Super League.
Yeah, look, you know, so Champions League is a different ball game, you know, and hence, I mean, we need to also ask ourselves, why do we only have 2 teams that have actually managed to lift that cup? You know, it's not easy, and I think we should commend Sundown for trying and pushing all the way. You know, though they didn't get to the final, I think they've done well in my view.
I agree. And I mean, we were having this conversation last week. I mean, as much as they've had to take part in all these cup competitions, you know, locally as well as continentally, and then all these matches back to back, lethargy will also play a part. I'm sure they're exhausted, and we know Mamelodi Sundowns to be a team that has, you know, teams upon teams and backups upon backups, but eventually you started to see their performances also, kadi 1-0 near miss, draws, that, you know what, sometimes some fatigue is going to kick in, and I think that might have also been a contributing factor.
But them going, slipping 3 against, who were they playing?
Galaxy.
Against Galaxy.
That was just payback.
And then the 2 that they won against,
2-1.
Was it Kukune?
Yeah, it was
2-1 last week.
Kukune
Yes.
against. Yeah, it was 2-1 against Kukune.
So in as much as all these other times you would have said like the goals were drying up, suddenly leading up to Esperance in the return leg, the goals were starting to show.
Maybe it's the last kick of a dying horse.
No. It's again. It's think of it this
Or of
way.
a tired horse,
right?
not a dying one.
You've got Pitasha Lulilo who could not negotiate a goal against Esperance.
Of course.
But then he comes up against TS Galaxy and then he gets a brace.
Because it's nothing new. What do you think?
No, like I said, with Peter's a goal scorer naturally. Like I said, he scored 2 against Galaxy, man. It's tough. Yeah, like I said, playing Champions League, traveling, players are always on the road. Look at Ronwen, look at Grant, look at Tebogo.
Yeah.
Tebogo's out with a hamstring at the moment. Like I said, they're tired.
Yeah,
Imagine playing AFCON. Imagine coming Champions League, just off of an African Football League, coming into the league now, winning the league. But like I said, you said something there. You said,
Yeah.
is it a failure season for Sundowns? It can't be, because there's other teams in the league. They haven't won the league for how many years?
Let's not talk about. Let's not. That's
Yeah.
a sore point.
Because
We'll
then,
discuss
like,
it later.
I'm looking at the calendar now.
Yeah.
So on the 12th of April, they play Pretoria University Nedbank Cup. On the 15th, they played in the PSL. They played Swallows, right? It was a draw. Then they played Esperance on the 20th. Then the 23rd, they played Sekhukhune. and the 26th they played Esperance again, and then they have to play TS. I mean, at
Schedule,
some
eh?
point.
And then they're playing Chiefs tomorrow.
Do you
I mean,
understand?
sorry, on Thursday.
Why man?
And then they're playing Nedbank on Sunday against
There we
Stellies.
go.
But they've got 46 players.
That too, but at some point, I mean, you do exhaust your options.
That's how many squads? 4 squads, ne?
Yeah, that's practically 4
More than-
squads.
more than 4 squads.
Yeah, 4. So they've got the players. But
I
okay,
mean-
I know there's an element of like combinations, and that will always obviously come into play. And when you don't have your key players,
Yeah.
whom are the ones that Tristan was mentioning now,
Yes,
the
Bosha,
Mokwenas,
Luso.
the Grants, they went to AFCON, they played AFL, they
They
played
played
Nedbank.
they played no, it's not Confed, man. African Cup of Nations, AFCON
Yes,
also.
yes,
yeah, and then CAF also.
Which was also very physical on
That's-
them.
you know?
Jennifer.
And they went far, eh? They went
Yeah.
far.
Yeah, they played the
So-
maximum number of games that a team that wins the tournament can play.
Pretty much.
Exactly.
You know?
And they did that also with CAF because they got so close. So technically, it's also like close to the maximum amount of games that a team can
There were two-
possibly play.
I think there were
How
2
many
games
were
away.
left exactly? You know what I mean? Netbank, same thing.
2
It's a
games
lot.
away from. Well, I suppose.
And I think because it's a cup competition, it comes with its own pressures on its own. You want to win.
100%.
And then it looks like our friends in Stellenbosch FC are looking to be the next Sundowns because they're pushing for that second place.
Yeah, they are, and Pirates is even pushing harder, you know, and which is good to see. You know, it's
For you, Pirates will always push
Very-
harder, but carry on.
No, but let's be fair. I mean, how many goals have these guys have been scoring? You know, like it just goes to show that they really, really want that second spot, and they're throwing everything but the kitchen sink, like you always say, you know, to get that second spot. And it's gonna make a very good end of the season. You know, I'm hoping Pirates can finish second, but it doesn't look like Stellenbosch are gonna stop anytime soon.
But it's continental football either way. You finish second or you finish third. You win the Nedbank Cup. You're still in continental football.
Yeah.
Or is it because the Champions League has some sort of prestige?
It does have prestige, but again, if Pirates finish third and they go
To Confed.
to Confed, I'll still be happy in a sense that, you know, to get far in Champions League, you need that season where you just like getting the experience, you know, and then they can be gathering that experience in Confed with the players that we have, and then maybe in the next season we can qualify for Champions League.
You know what's going to be interesting? It's going to be interesting if it happens that Stellenbosch really does come out second, come the end of the season. It'll be interesting to see how they are going to be able to handle the pressures of playing continental football, because I mean, we've seen many teams struggle with the logistics that comes with it.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see if Rama is going to really make sure everything slides smoothly, you know?
Ah, true.
So I want to see how they're going to go about it. That is something I want to see, because, you know, Champions League comes with, you know, you need to have experience, you know? So I would love for them to come out second, if not third. Either way, they are going to be playing continentally to see how they're going to manage. You know, because we've seen some guys really, really find it strenuous to travel out there.
But with Stellenbosch, I think they've got the finances to
Maybe
move around the
they will
continent.
slide.
Yeah, they
yes.
can just charter a jet.
Can they?
I'm
I
sure.
want
they
to
can.
see that.
course.
That's the one thing I want to see.
Every household has got drama in the fridge. What are you
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
Because you know how sometimes you have this rich friend, right? And you guys go to the same school, but they still live a normal life like you do. So you don't really know what they do on the weekend. Do they just charter a flight to Cape Town and come back and sleep in the West in the presidential suite? So I want to see how they're going to use their financial muscle, you know, to help them in this competition.
No, I think the finances in this regard will probably be making ease of their travels. In terms of squad, Stellies are not a kind of team that goes out and just like buys
buys,
everybody.
yeah.
They manufacture there by the winelands.
Yes.
Like, bring him type of vibes.
Yeah.
And they probably have a plan in mind on some, okay, cool, from our DDC team, we're going to promote certain number of players because probably back of the mind, they're thinking Sundowns is going to come in for an Ikram Reyners, for instance, right?
Yeah.
Or they sitting there saying, okay, we're most likely going to lose a couple of players. So let's just make sure that we've got replacements for that. And big ups to them because they've got a team now in the Cecil League,
nice.
the women's league.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's about time.
what do you call this thing? Their Varsity Cup women's football team. Yes, they have, I think, either bought status or got them to be in the Sasso League.
I
Obviously,
mean, the
that's-
more we have from these prominent teams, the better. You know, till this day, we were talking about this a couple of months ago, which is the top teams in the country, and I'm talking Orlando Pirates, Kaizer Chiefs, still does not have a women's football
No, but I
team.
agree when women's football teams are for teams that play Champions League. Leave other kids alone to deal with the issues
Hey, what
south
is
of
this?
south of Johannesburg. But yeah, so I think primarily
Yes.
that's the reason why they actually
They had to,
they
because I
had
feel
to
like
do
they're
that.
trying to really build their status. You know how we how we look at them, so like their persona. They're trying to come across now as a well-rounded team, a force to be reckoned with. You start to see that administratively, they're trying to make sure that they tick all the boxes.
Bigger brand,
And
eh?
another thing to do is what? Have a women's team. Like to come across as, you know, a force, as opposed to just being like, okay, it's Staleys. Because I mean, we talk about Staleys, but we're like, Staleys.
I agree. He said it's a small team last week.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Not a small team anymore.
Well, with
Eh?
South Africa, in a South African context, they're a baby. In a South African
didn't die.
football
How many years have
context.
they been in top flight?
I think 3 seasons now.
3 seasons.
Yeah,
But
is
it not
imagine
more?
that. They were in NFD a few years ago, and now
They're building.
CAF Champions
They're
League.
building.
And look at their progression. I mean, you've got the likes of your Amazulus who've been around
for years.
well before and after they were bought.
Well,
bought
And
out.
Amazulu has
at some
proper
point it was
history.
Dynamos. Come on.
The Swallows of this world, the Royal AMs, those are teams that are flirting with relegation.
No, but
and
Chile-
here's
isn't
the
Chile
Stellies
Boys new
that-
also?
And Stellies is a kind of team that you never really pay attention to them.
Underdogs.
To sum it up, yes.
Yeah, 100%.
Trust me, I'm a Pirates fan. I pay attention because they are a pain to Orlando Pirates.
Yeah.
So that's effectively what they're doing. And I mean, would you have thought that a Kaizer Chiefs would be in 8th place,
Yes.
scrapping around to make the top 8?
Yes.
And Stellies is chilling, sitting pretty.
No.
Yeah.
But the Kaizer Chiefs one, yeah, I mean, sometimes you can kind of pick up that this ship is going to hit an iceberg.
Which one? The Kaizer ship?
No one?
I mean, sorry, the Kaizer Chiefs ship.
I'm not
sorry.
doing
yes,
this with
yes,
you.
Yes. Is it gonna hit an iceberg?
Has it not?
I was
Super
going to
tough.
say, has
Tristan?
it not?
Then,
Hey,
yeah.
tough season. Tough. The worst season in history, right? Has
Yeah.
it not been the worst season in history since
has
the
to
PSL?
be.
Is it? What do you like?
How many losses was that this season so far?
They haven't really pulled this season, to be quite honest with you.
What's
Tristan.
wrong there? Well, I know they won. Cool, but they
It's
beat.
the second.
they
I
beat
think
a
it's the second
struggling-
game this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, they beat a struggling SuperSport United. So
Oh, and by the way, speaking of SuperSport United, Coach Gavin Hunt lost his father. Condolences to him and his family.
oh yes.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
To
condolences,
coach,
coach.
to Coach Gavin Hunt. But back to Chiefs.
I think the
I
person
mean, they
needs to
lost
be
10
asking,
games,
is this
Tristan.
man here?
Yeah, I'm coming to Tristan, don't worry. I'm coming to him. Is it? What's wrong?
Simple.
Everything. I think the current management at Kaizer Chiefs, and I've said this before, I think they've reached the ceiling. They need fresher ideas. They need somebody with a different perspective to sort of like steer them in a different direction. Not to say they need to let loose of their powers. I just think they need fresh ideas.
And I still think they have great talent. So not everything is wrong because they have good talent. They have good players, guys. Because the Chiefs does not have bad players.
We never said that.
Yeah, I could say everything. We ask what's wrong. Not getting mad at the players.
I the log says a different story. I'm not.
Tristan, say
That tells the
me.
truth, eh? The log.
Yeah, the numbers don't lie.
You know what's funny is that, and what you were saying also, you said they need a fresh start. They need a new vision. Is that not what we're saying every year for that team? You know,
Yeah.
every single season. You know what I mean? Kaizer Chiefs is a big brand.
Mm.
You understand? When you walk into Nacho Arena, you feel, okay, this is a big club, you know?
Yeah.
Do they need new vision or do they need to remember who they are? You know what I mean? Do they need someone? I always say, Arthur's one, I love that guy. I worked with him. He gave me the platform to play.
Oh,
You know what I mean? And like I said, he brought the best out of players, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I my personal opinion, I don't know why he left. I don't know why he
He didn't finish the season.
didn't finish off the season. But like I said, there needs to be stability in that club. You know, such a good club, such a good brand. Man, the performances just need, like you said also, the players are there. Yusuf Mart is there, quality player. You know what I mean? You've got a good backline. You've got Reef Rossler. You've got Bruce in goals. The performances just need to show. There needs to be club culture. You understand? There needs to be a winning culture, like Sundowns, 7 years. Winning culture, mentality. Players are hungry to perform because they know there's a guy waiting to take his spot. You know what I mean?
So administratively, because you've played for Kaizer Chiefs,
Yes,
correct?
yeah.
And very, very quickly, and I'm not trying to, throw you under the bus.
Scandalous.
Yeah, suspicious. But like administratively, when you were playing for the
Yes.
team, how was it? Like, is there like a go-to person for certain things? Do certain things just happen? You're like, but what is this?
No, like I said, we just there to play and perform. You know what I mean? I didn't really focus on those behind the scenes kind of things. You know what I mean? In terms of what you're saying, administration and all those kind of things. But like I said, the club culture is good. There's a winning culture there, but I just don't understand the performances. Like I said,
So how different is you speak about club culture? How different is the culture at Sundowns versus the culture at Chiefs?
very different, very, very different.
How?
I walked in at Sundowns. I remember when Pizzo signed me in 2018. I walked in there and I
Oh,
felt
you beat those child.
yes, Pizzo brought me in 2018 from Kaizer Chiefs. It was a big story. You know what I mean? Nobody likes the Chiefs Sundowns move.
Of
you know?
course.
Yeah.
And like I said, professional standards at Sundowns, winning culture. You're walking in there, there's 2-3 guys ready to take your spot, And at Kaizer Chiefs, I grew up there, more of like an academy setup. I grew up through the academy, played at MDC, started training with the first team. Like I said, there was heritage. But when I went to Sundowns, I realized, okay, here's international standards. There's international standards of this is how you need to play. This is the structure. This is how the club plays. If you don't fit in, you can go home.
You also used to get the calls at 9 o'clock from
To ask you what you're doing.
to watch Champions League.
Yeah, of course.
Wow. Still on playing, Tristan. Somebody on our comments, Semi Bubabe, is asking what team are you playing for right now?
Right now, I'm a free agent.
Okay.
I've left Sundowns, so hopefully in June I can make a move and get myself back in the PSL.
Where are you trying to go? I mean, do you care?
Hey, you're asking me tough questions now.
Difficult.
Let's go to Saudi, man.
You care?
No, you can
Of
tell
course
us.
I can.
You can tell us where you're heading to. It's fine.
No,
Nobody
no,
watches
Because
the
sometimes
show.
you need to
Not
manifest
yet, not
and put
yet.
it out
We'll
to
have
the
to sit
universe.
again.
Maybe we can make a few calls.
Maybe he's going to Saudi Arabia. Eh?
Perhaps.
You never know. Eh?
Yeah.
Just don't go to Swallows if you want to get paid. On the point of Pirates, sorry, we just touched a little bit on it. They were. Are they blowing hot and cold?
Who?
Because there's a point whereby they like took a dip, and you even voiced your frustrations at them not winning games, drawing games, performing differently on what do you call this thing? In cup competitions versus
And the
in
league, yeah. So yeah, that was my issue with Orlando Pirates. I felt like they did not acquire enough points in the first half of the season, and I think they peak at a very late stage when it's now too late. You can't even catch Mamelodi Sundowns, and now you are fighting for that second position with Stellenbosch. So they, in a sense of us finishing second, I think we let ourselves down in the first round of the season. Pirates was not winning games. I mean, there were so many draws and games that we should have easily won, and we didn't collect those maximum points. And that's the reason why now we're battling to get to number 2, even though we are winning those matches.
Quick question. I know we spoke about this earlier on. On the rate of successful season.
Yeah.
Pirates goes and wins the Nedbank. They finish the season with Nedbank MTN 8.
Yeah.
Sundowns would obviously have only won the league and
Actually,
the
yeah.
AFL, if you want to.
Yeah.
Who's had a better season?
Who's made more money?
Yeah, maybe contextualized in terms of money, then Sundowns would have had
Obviously.
a better
Yes.
season.
Yeah, Sundowns.
But silverware, I think Orlando Pirates would have had also a very good season. But the thing is, with winning the league, it just got more, I don't know how to put it, it just got more value, I think. Winning the league, it takes you to Champions League with the prospect of going to the Club World Cup. So there is more with winning the league than other trophies, you know.
Oh, and
in
big
my
ups to
view.
and big ups to Sundowns because they are in the Club World Cup for next year.
Yes.
Alongside the Chelseas of this world, the Real
Real
Madrid.
Madrid.
Why is Chelsea even going there? But anyway, Real Madrid and the like. So big ups to
I have
them.
a question very quickly before we close this segment. Kwakona Mahamba is asking you, Tristan, do the South African clubs capacitate the players when it comes to their finances and dealings with the end of their career transactions?
What does she mean by that?
So I guess he's asking that, do they help you with your finances? Do you have a person who sits you down and says, this is how much you're making? And just so that you can prepare for, much later in your life where you're not playing for football
100%.
anymore.
I don't think it's the club necessarily. If you have a good agent, you're working with good people, they've got people to look after you. You know what I mean? Like I said, if you've got the right people around you, got financial advisors, you got guys, like I said, then you can do it. But from the club side of things, not really. More on a personal front, yeah.
Okay.
They'll help you, yeah.
Okay. By the way, guys, Real Madrid is leading 1-0.
Oops.
Oh, okay.
Who scored?
Let me check. I'll tell you now.
Probably Vinny.
Yeah, it's probably a boy Vinny, no?
Yeah. And speaking about Real
yes,
Madrid,
Vinny.
yes, speaking about Real Madrid, speaking about the Champions League, you can win a share of 700,000 rand to enter. Place your bet on the UEFA Champions League semi-final matches and go into a draw to win one of 1,250 sport bonus vouchers after each game, plus up to 200,000 rands in cash prizes after both legs of the semi-finals conclude. And that's obviously on the Betway app where you can get way more.
Yeah, so it's Vinny and the assist was from Cruz.
Oh, Tony started.
Yeah, Cruz is in, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But just finishing off our chat with local football. The Golden Boot.
Look, I think Reynolds has...
Do you think he threw a spanner in the works with those 5 goals?
He did, and
He wants
the
it.
other guys failed to respond, you know. And I think with how many games? I think it's 3 games left.
Somewhere around there,
Yeah,
yes.
I think it's gonna be difficult to catch him, you know.
No, it's
unless-
about 5 games left.
Look, I think it's between him and Mabasa.
What about Ribeiro Costa?
Even him.
And
he's
Costa's
still
number
there.
2 right now, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah,
But he's been misfiring of late as well.
yeah.
But he's a good
It
finisher. eh?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Left foot, man. Top.
So we're saying Bradley's out of the equation.
I think Bradley and Samir Nokovic, they too far
Mayo?
back by 5 goals. Because that means Bradley has to score for a struggling SuperSport United.
Which hurts.
Looking at least 2 goals, if 5 left, looking at least a goal per game.
Assuming that Reynas or Costa
They
or
don't
Mabasa
score.
don't
So
score.
for him to be there, at least 2 goals per game.
Yeah.
To stand a
Tough
chance.
in the PSL.
Yeah,
It's tough in the PSL.
It's a bit tough to pull that off.
Yeah, but to be honest with you guys also, I mean, the difference between the number 1 goal scorer, who's sitting on 13 points, who is Reyners, and number 4 is Mayo, is literally 4 goals. And that can happen in 2 matches or even 1.
Yeah.
But
Well,
that's
2
true.
matches
But that's
considering
assuming
in
the
South
guys,
Africa.
the guys
Yes.
at the
Yeah.
top are
Yes.
not scoring.
That too.
And that guy at the top, my friend, is not going to stop.
yeah.
He's
Yeah,
a goal
he's
machine.
Reyners he's in the mood.
Now I love
But
that
guys,
guy's a
isn't
goal
it
machine.
disappointing when you look at, I mean, please tell me what the stats are in the Premier League right now when it comes to top goal scorer.
It's
I know it's like 20
21.
mil.
It's 21.
It's a lot, isn't it?
I think.
And
Erling
remember, we play
Haaland
less
is-
games.
Haaland is there.
And we play less
Um,
games. They play 38. We
Palmer as
play
well.
30.
Cole Palmer, yes.
Okay.
Ali
Yeah,
Watkins
Palmer's
as
number
well.
2, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Palmer's number 2.
What-
Isak is number 3.
Isak is there.
So the
Watkins-
difference from our league to the Premier League in terms of the difference in
8 more matches.
the tally of outside of the 8 more matches, Haaland is on 21 goals. Reynas is on 13. So that's a difference of 8.
Yeah.
And those are the 8 games that they play more than we do.
Oh, okay. So Handler, we are on par.
Your
I'm
Met is
just, trying,
good,
I'm
eh?
just trying to defend the DSTV Premiership.
I mean, because my thing is also, mathematically, it should make sense then, because that means their assists are so low. Because when you look at top goal scorers right now in Premier League and see their assists compared to our assists. So what does that say? Maybe you should tell me.
What do you mean?
Because, for example, guys, if you're scoring 13 goals and you only made 2 assists,
Yeah.
That next person has scored 11 goals, only 2 assists. Please go. Okay, actually, I'll go into the Premier League right now.
Yeah, but the PSL is different, man.
There's a.
And also,
so
you
what
guys
does that say?
a striker,
lot of draws,
Yeah,
0-0
and also
goal.
you can't expect an outright number 9 like Haaland to have more
2
assists.
assists.
Yeah.
You see, so I think that's where maybe the disparity is. You know?
Yes.
Okay.
Before you conclude on PSL,
Yes, friend.
I want to throw the spanner into the works.
Bring the spinners.
We are five.
Toolbox.
we-
Come
we-
with your toolbox.
We are 5 games away to conclude. Currently, as it stands, who's your player of the season, Tristan? I'll start with you. Or should we say player of the season because you're
Yeah,
a player as well?
Nice one, Superstar.
Hey, man. Hey, but play in the league or play just in general?
Player in
No,
the,
in the
the
league.
PSL, yeah.
Yeah.
Tebogo Mokwena.
Tebogo Mokwena for you. Okay.
You know why?
Yeah, why?
Consistency.
Okay.
But look, I'm taking AFCON as well.
Oh, okay.
I won't lie
Which
to
is
you.
fair, I think.
You asking me?
Yeah, I've asked you as well.
Okay, cool. I'd say Rainers.
Okay. Yeah, I'm between Renas and Tito.
Mashwang guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
You like
been.
him?
He's been.
You had to
He
add
likes
extra
everything Pirates.
player. Yeah.
No.
What's new?
Okay, for the sake of this conversation, I'll say Renas. Hopefully, somebody's gonna say Tito here.
No. Legendary Me actually just said his pick is actually Mashwang guy as well.
Have you seen that guy play, my friend?
Yes, he's
Yes.
he's a baller.
No, he's a
No,
baller
he's a
of
proper
note.
baller. I agree with you.
Wait, sorry guys, I have to say this. So Sammy Mahope says, I'm loving the energy tonight. Last week it was Russia and Ukraine. What did I say?
Thanks, Tristan, for coming through.
Wow.
Anyway,
Bring in the good
sorry
energy.
guys.
You bring the good energy.
So effectively, yeah, that's my pick. You said your pick as well, right?
Yeah, no, I did. It's between those two, honestly speaking. Like if I'm being fair, Renas deserve it as well,
Yeah.
and I feel like Maswanganya has done well. Those have risen there and like.
Look, from what Tristan is saying, the Sundowns thing is they've almost went about things as a team, not necessarily with one standout player, but they went about it as like, you know,
A unit.
collective type of vibe. So that's why for me it's very difficult to pick a player from Sundowns and be like, okay, you are standout. So they've been consistent as a unit more than Arenas, who is like the pick of the players at Stellies,
Yeah.
or Maswangai at Pirates,
Yeah.
or
I think Maya's a good player, guys.
I was looking for somebody at Chiefs, couldn't find one. But you know what I mean.
Oh!
Anyway, moving right along. Wait, what happened?
You are
Continue.
you are mean, my friend.
What happened? What did I do? Huh? What did I do? Oh, guys, I didn't do anything. But anyway, moving along. Champions League, we spoke about it earlier on. Sundowns is out. Battle of the North Africans, Esperance and Al Ahly.
Yeah, we don't care.
That's gonna be an interesting one, eh?
Ah,
I'm actually looking forward to it because I think Esperance have got a point to prove. They were knocked out by Al Ahly the last season in the semis. I think it was in the semis.
I think it was in the semis.
Yes, and for them, I think they've got a point to prove, and they look solid, man. They look more compact than Al Ahly, in my view, you know. And I think it's gonna make an interesting final, and it's double leg, eh?
Yeah. It's back to doubling up. Yes,
Yeah.
it's home and away.
So away.
You Percy, another one, or
What
it's
about
going to
Percy?
elude him this time around?
Oh, shame. I forget about him. Yes, and Pace is such an excellent player.
He's a star player there.
Yeah.
He's even
Hope he
doing
gets it.
adverts now.
Yeah,
for
no.
some biscuit company.
I think
But anyway.
from a branding perspective, he is that guy.
Yeah, no.
He's yeah.
Not for sure.
He's smart for going about
Oh,
it
and
that
congrats to
way.
him. He was nominated as what?
So
SA Sports Awards.
Yeah, so with your Sears and them, eh?
Yes.
He's that guy. Yeah.
So
People forget he played in the Premier League. Eh?
Yes, they actually do, eh?
People forget he played for Brighton.
and the funny thing about it is,
but he didn't stay. It's fine.
no.
doesn't it?
There's a reason why.
Yeah, we know what
'Cause
happened.
I think he was competing for a position with Trossard,
It
and
was
a lot of
unfair.
people hated Trossard at the time.
100%.
But I'm not saying anything. I'm not talking down about Petty, but look at Trossard, dog.
And look at Percy.
Yeah, but Trossard, but Percy.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, it
Percy
doesn't.
has won African Cup,
Respectively,
has
they've
won
done well.
CAF Champions League. What has Trossard won? Tell me. I'll wait.
He's about to win the league.
We don't know. No, I feel like in their own rights, they've done well for themselves.
Yeah, no, but I think we were reaching when we were mad at, was it Graham Potter at the time, right?
Yeah, it was Graham Potter.
Yeah, when Graham Potter was
Loaned
not playing him.
He was not
and
fielding him.
Yeah, shame.
Trossard was first pick.
I mean, here we are.
But yeah, Champions League, Tepi,
Yes,
Tristan,
darling.
Esperance, Al Ahly.
I don't care.
Al Ahly. Kings of Africa. Eh?
Yeah, look, I think
You want to stop calling people kings.
I think Al
We are all
Ahly,
kings.
they're like Real Madrid. They just got the number.
Yeah.
They know how to grind results. They know how to win that thing, you know.
Because at some point I was like, okay, cool. I think the score was 0-0 at the time in the first half. I was like, this
We
is
still
looking
got it.
like Al Ahly is struggling and they're playing at home. But then they just switched it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Experience, man.
I mean,
It's
Al Ahly
experience,
looks
huh?
like a firm favorite. They naturally are. Right? That's why they are the Giants. No, the
Yeah.
Giants are Nigeria. Who are they? Who do they call themselves? The Kings.
No, they are the
Egypt.
Pharaohs.
Yeah,
wait,
but I
you mean
mean-
Al Ahly?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Egyptians.
That's
Egyptians,
Egypt,
yeah.
though. Yeah,
Yes.
but I get what you're saying. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like Al Ahly is going to take this one again. And Sundowns will come back next season and, try
They'll
to
have to
win.
try again. And
Yeah.
I think I hope and I hope they keep Rulani, because I think it's a bit unfair to be calling for his head right now. I mean, he has set a new record. I mean, 22 games unbeaten.
Even now.
23 now.
Did Sundowns only play 23 games?
Into the start of the season, yeah.
In the league they have not lost. They've played 23 games.
Yeah,
you're
that's
right.
what I'm saying. So, I mean,
Oh snap! They're 7 games away from being invincibles of the DStv Premiership.
Yeah, that's
And I
it.
don't think any team has ever done that in our league.
No one has ever done that. That's what I'm saying. That look, I think when you are a fan of a team that is constantly winning, I think you get spoiled and you just expect those results to keep coming, and you don't appreciate the work that it takes to go and conquer Africa.
Silly question. Sorry for interrupting. Very silly question. Rolando is then told, given the boot, who replaces him? Given the pressures of Sundowns.
If you've got
Does
money,
Mangoba go back up?
no. If you've got money,
What
well,
do you
they
do?
will probably getting $1 billion, right, for qualifying for the Club World Cup.
Something there.
Yeah.
Yes, Andile
It's
Jale
crazy
must
money.
be kicking himself wherever he is. eh? How do you live?
For listening to Steve.
Man. How do you live Mamelodi Sundowns? He would have been set for life.
And funding himself there.
If Rulani
Finding
leaves
himself
with
not
that,
getting paid.
yeah. I was saying to answer Tepi, if
Yeah,
Rulani
sorry, I
leaves
digress.
with that $1 billion that they're gonna get, hire Mourinho.
Yeah, forget it.
Would he come here?
You're being a little bit ambitious.
Yeah.
No, the reason why I'm saying that and me being ambitious is which coach literally has, or do you see outside of Coach Pito,
Yeah,
assuming he would want to go back to Sundowns, right?
yeah.
Which coach, Nje, just top of mind?
Rudy Kroll.
Not at Sundowns, honey. That's
We'll
a
keep
it's a
Sundowns at the level that they are. And
Yeah.
Ballers as
You said
well.
on top of my head, just
Oh,
happened
yeah.
like
Okay.
Rudy Kroll.
Do you miss the shirt?
They think what?
Yes.
Nah.
Okay. Just checking. But Ballers as well, on the comments, you can tell us if Coach Rulani Mokwena parts ways with Sundowns tomorrow, who is the ideal candidate to take over that hot seat?
There's no one. Eh?
It's tough.
There's no one. I mean,
There
if they
is
can,
someone.
they will have to look up. Like you look at the Heve, at where is he coaching France, ne? Women's team.
Yes.
Yeah,
Have Renard.
Yeah, Everton, because it's one coach that does not necessarily look down in Africa. If there's an opportunity that makes sense to him, he will take up the job, because the Bafana job, he wanted to take it up, and I think they didn't agree on the finances. So with Mamelodi Sundowns, the finances are not an issue, and I think he will be a perfect fit.
Oh, yeah, that's also that.
Marco,
Wow.
you just want him gone
Yeah,
from
Man United
done.
really want to get rid of
Please.
Eric Ten Hag. Not a bad one. But like, yeah,
Still
I don't
ambitious?
think,
Nah,
yeah.
nah.
Yeah.
And speaking of Sundowns and what they with their record thus far, effectively suggests in local football they've only lost to 2 teams.
Parrots and?
TS Galaxy in the Culling Cup.
Oh, yes, when the whole situation with Zungu happened and Dihond, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and big up to him. He's back and he was in the bench. It was so good to see him, man.
Strong.
He came on yesterday.
He came on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strong.
Yeah, I started from the bench. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so beautiful to see, man. I mean, we were talking about how it wouldn't be a nice way for him to bow out like that, after having.
Wait, guys, I heard there was drama. I didn't watch the match with the TS Galaxy Sundowns match. Was there drama there?
Yeah, look,
So better.
Was there drama?
Tackle on
Zungu.
Zungu, of which Coach Rulani Mokwena alluded to having heard that tackle was planned because it was payback to Zungu for doing what he did to Bernard Parker last year.
Yeah.
And Zungu just came on, I think.
Yeah, he
came on, yeah.
Came out as a sub. Yeah.
Do you think there's retribution there?
On the pitch, it's retribution. You mean like
Payback, vengeance.
No, man. I don't think it's that deep. I think when you're on the pitch, maybe this guy broke your friend's leg. Now you wanna show him something in the tackle. Maybe. I don't have those answers. You have to ask them.
Yeah, I don't think.
It would be interesting
If
to
there
find
is
out.
such, then we've got a problem, because at the end of the
It's
day,
unsportsmanlike.
yeah, at the end of the day, I don't think Zungu woke up that day and say, "I'm gonna break somebody's leg." It was an accident.
But I think also the coaches as well. They're not on good terms.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
know
the
what I
coaches
mean?
are
They've
not
been fighting.
They're fueling this whole thing, and it's just not good for a brand, PSL. If the stuff that is being discussed and it's ending up at Mamelodi Sundowns. If that is true, as a TX Galaxy, you should also be worried that there's somebody that is leaking information that is private to an opposition,
I was going to say, okay, if Coach Rulani is alluding to that, how did he find out?
There's a spy. There's a snitch.
Kuna le roto.
And snitches get stitches.
And they end up in ditches.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Without
Leeches, I don't
female
know.
dogs. Anyway. I didn't want to say the word.
Yeah, no.
Coach Rulani.
Yes. I think the whole thing, the way they're going about it, him and Siad, it's borderline childish.
It is. And yeah, it is. And I just feel like, and also Rulani, I don't know. I don't know if he does not know where to draw the line. There's certain things that you just have to let go. And I don't know if it's his ego, that gets the better of him and he just goes in this post-match interview rants, I just feel like certain stuff you can let go, now he's just started another feud, and also Siad as well. Is it Siad?
Siad Dramovic.
He also have that, I don't know.
Yeah, and he's a talker himself, eh?
Yeah, he's also a
hold back.
talker, doesn't pull back. But I guess... Yeah, no, there's no such thing as bad publicity, I suppose,
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
well,
I think
it's
sometimes the only
childish.
challenge is when it trickles down to the supporters. Because that will eventually happen.
Well, for
We don't want it to
Sundowns,
get
TS
there.
Galaxy, which supporters? Tim Sukazi and this drum.
yeah. He must just beat it. Right? But
I'm not doing this.
TS Galaxy, how many supporters do they have? It's Tim Sukazi and his family.
yes. No, it's Tim Sukazi and his drum. That's it.
Sorry, Tristan, man.
Yeah,
Sorry,
no,
you got caught in our madness, man.
Comment on
Yeah, no. Leave that to us.
Leave that to us, man. Sorry.
Also staying local before we jet around the world.
Oh, we did.
Motepe Foundation
Yeah?
Championship.
Yes.
Looks like
it's boiling, eh?
it looks like you can't tell. Magezi, Amatax.
There's no one who's taking responsibility. Magezi lost, Tax lost as
Yeah.
well. So I still see it's advantage Magezi still.
Look, 4 games to go between the two of them. Ne? They still have 4 games left.
Yeah.
Difference
Yeah.
is 4 points because Magezi is leading by 4 points. He's 49 to 45. Baroka definitely will not. I don't think Baroka will catch. Well, Baroka can catch.
They could. It's only
Amatax.
but
But
not catch
I think
Magesi.
it might be difficult to catch Magezi.
Yeah. Yeah. But crazy things have happened in football, right? Mathematically, they still can if they win the next 3 matches, and Magesi doesn't. So I don't know.
But Tux is also a very strong team.
Very
strong.
Very, very strong team.
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
Motepe
yeah.
You see
Championship.
them against Sundowns. Just as they gave Sundowns a hard time.
Fighting.
That's why
But was
Sundowns
it
won on
1-0 there?
penalties. No, Sundowns won
Oh,
on
yes.
penalties.
Yes, I remember. Yes.
And you know that number 3, what I think he was maybe wearing 17 on the day.
Let me see.
Delano Abrams.
Yeah?
The guy who scored the goal against Sundowns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was also at Sundowns with me.
Oh, it's not so.
He played in the ABC team.
Oh, wow.
M Tigers. Also a good player. But like I said, Sibanyoni as well. He's also out on loan from Sundowns. The striker from Tuks.
Oh, nice.
So you can imagine.
Oh yes, there's a couple of players who actually
Promising
were not
Kuma.
allowed to play against Sundowns in that
In the game.
quarterfinals
Yes.
because they were loaned to
Yeah, yeah,
Amateurs
yeah.
Oh, it's a
by
conflict
Sundowns.
of interest.
Yeah, no. If I'm still paying you the salary, you can't play
Don't play
against me.
against me.
You dance to my drum
Wow.
because I'm
I'm the pipe.
Yeah. But do you think Magezi Amatax? Who's your pick?
It's MacG, advantage MacG. Clinton Larsen, I think. It's Clinton Larsen, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. He's an experienced coach. I think he should be able to take them to the finish line.
True. And mathematically also, goal difference and everything else, Magesi is far more superior.
So we agree. We
Yeah.
are going with Magezi.
Magesi Shem. It's going. But, the top flight is not a joke though. So they better have their ducks in a row. But I really do hope that they come in there and smell the fresh air.
Yeah, they mustn't do. Well, Cape Town Spurs. They might as well just give up.
Middendorp tried, guys. I think they brought him too late. Tristan, don't you think?
Yeah.
Brought him?
Too late, eh?
Facts.
Yeah.
I think he didn't have enough time.
That first 7 games of the season, man.
Yeah.
Took the momentum.
Yeah, they took the
Took the
momentum.
momentum.
They should
Yeah.
have. Yeah, I think you are right.
Because he came now at the end, towards the second half
And
of
he's
the
been
season.
cooking a bit. What Frayanyana, you know what I mean?
He's
You
won
can
them some
see.
games.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
mean,
he boiled a couple of things, but like at this current point, they are 8 points behind with 4 games left.
Yeah, it's not looking nice.
And that means for them
for
to
the
actually
that next game, if they don't win it, it's done. It's chai.
sheesh.
Stuff, eh?
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, it is
It's not
chai.
nice. They will have to go to Sean Bartlett to bring to bring them up.
No,
And
he's
then-
good. He's good at
He's
that.
good at that.
Yes.
He's good there because you saw how he choked when he got up.
Yeah, no,
Right?
he's
The top league is not the
It's not a
easiest thing.
joke, yeah.
But anyway, that's it for our local football chat. We are
Yes,
going to
friend.
jet worldwide. This
We're jetting.
is
It's
Teppy
okay.
Worldwide, brought to you by Betway's
Where you
Aviator.
get way more.
Get
Sorry, friend.
way more.
Thank you, my babe. Okay, let's jet off very quickly to the Americas, North America to be precise. So the story is this: the US and Mexico, they were bidding to host the 2027 Women's World Cup, right? The same way they are jointly going to be hosting the World Cup, right? But they decided to withdraw the bid. So that leaves there we go. So it leaves a joint bid from Royal Belgian Football Association, the Royal Netherlands Football Association, and the German Football Association. So they basically want to do a trio, like a threesome. So it's either going to be them or it's going to be Brazil because they've decided not to. And the reasons are, and tell me if this is going to be possible, considering that they are saying that they are going to then bid for the 2031 World Cup, Women's World Cup. They're saying that, I actually want to quote this.
When are we bidding?
Hey,
for the women's one.
Yes.
for the women's,
Yeah, I
yes.
had something like that.
They were bidding, yeah.
I don't know that.
Oh, we wanted to submit a bid or something.
Yeah,
Were we?
I don't know. I remember seeing something
Yes,
like that. I don't know
immediately
if
after
it was
the World Cup last year.
I don't know if it was a reputable source. Or it's one of those things that you bump into. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Or maybe Danny made a U-turn, changed his mind.
Yeah, I mean, I would not put that past him. So it says here that the Federation said they will instead focus on a bid for the 2031 edition of the tournament with, in inverted commas, while I'm quoting, call for equivalent investment as the men's tournament, eliminating investment disparities to further maximize the commercial potential of women's tournaments. So they're basically saying that the amount of money that is invested in men's football, from a World Cup perspective, they are trying to kind of garner some support so that the Women's World Cup also has the same type of investment, but that is going to be for 2031. So that gives us, how many years do we have until 2031?
Lennon
7
Smith
years?
is good.
7 years? Yeah. So what I'm asking is this going to be something that is plausible? Do you think they're going to be able to garner that amount of support in order for sponsors and everyone else to jump on so that, we have Women's World Cup like this as well as Men's World Cup like this?
I think we're far from that, and I'll
We're
be
not
honest.
too far from that.
In terms of sponsorship.
Because, you saw the Women's World Cup last year. It had quite a decent amount of sponsors.
Mara
And
bona ba batla gore ebe
do you think it's going to be on par with women, with the men's football? There's just a lot of money.
But
remember,
remember-
with men's football, it's legacy.
Yes,
Right.
but remember what FIFA does is, I think a lot of the sponsors that come in and want to be associated with FIFA, it's almost as if like they given, how can I put it? It's like, okay, cool.
There's a framework.
There's
What,
a
are they
framework like
subsidized?
you have to do
Tick box exercise.
yeah, you have to do women and men kind of vibes. But yes,
Oh,
the
you have
men
to
are
do
still-
women and men at the same time. Imagine.
No,
Yeah.
men. Sis.
Yes, continue.
But
Said we
not
behave. We've got visitors today.
yeah, there are people are visiting us here. Behave yourself. So they might not necessarily give them the same amount of money.
That's
but
what I'm
if
saying.
I'm whoever and I want to be a FIFA partner, I must know that my partnering is going to go both to the men and the women.
Yeah, for sure. But what I'm saying is, it's going to be very difficult in terms of, if I'm a sponsor, I want to see my return in investment. And if football, if men's football is going to give me 50 billion views for the final, and a women's game, it's going to give me, I'm just throwing out numbers, half of that, you know. I don't think I'll throw in the same amount of money. That's what I'm saying, that I think for women's football to get to that level, it's going to take a while, because people
And not
are
7
only
years.
starting now to take interest in it.
No, for sure. I mean, we saw the interest was big during the World Cup last year. So it will get there. It's not there yet.
Yeah,
but-
that's what I'm
but-
saying.
but
It's
it will
going to get there.
Yeah.
Yes, darling.
Thoughts, Tristan?
Well, like I said, it's the same conversation as like with the WNBA. You know, I know it's
Yeah.
going
Oh, yeah,
to
the
basketball. It's like
basketball.
WNBA
Yeah.
and NBA. The NBA is bringing in billions, you know, every single year.
Yeah.
What is the, WNBA bringing in each year? So it has to be
Yeah,
relative to that, in my opinion. So the World Cup is bringing how much, you know, but women's football is not as big globally.
Yeah.
And I think once it does get to a stage,
But
it
then
could be possible.
inversely, guys, remember, and this is what I've said in the past, that inversely, and I understand from a ROI perspective when a super sub, of course, I mean, if you are going to be putting in a certain amount of money or investment, you are going to be expecting something. But in order for something to grow, and in this case, women's football, we do need people that are willing to take a chance in order for it to grow. It's not going to happen.
No,
It's going
definitely.
to be organic, number one. But in order for it to grow, we still need these people to take a chance and be like, I was a pioneer, I was the one who believed in it, and therefore. You
And
see?
more
So,
so, we need women. There's more women
I
in the
agree.
world than men. So we need more women to support football. They need to go out there and support women's football.
Yeah.
No, you just need fans to support football, period.
Yeah,
It
that's it.
doesn't, women, men, doesn't really matter.
No, I'm just saying that if
Yeah,
we
but
get
I mean,
more women
I
to
hear
support
what you're
football.
saying, Super Sub. Women need to watch women's football. I mean, who
But
is
what if-
expecting to support you?
No, but what if I'm a woman and I'm not into football?
I get that, but I mean, we need to have more.
There are women that are into footballs that
Yeah.
I know that were not even watching the World Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Women's
But
World Cup.
Even globally as well. Think
Yeah.
about it in Europe. The women's football has been such a big project for so many years.
Yes.
You know what I mean? In Africa, women's football is only coming now. Sundowns is one of the first clubs to start, a ladies team and,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
start something. So once it goes global, and South America has female football clubs. Once Africa has female football clubs. Once
Yeah.
then you'll start to see the growth. Like you say.
But then it also goes to, I think, what you alluded to earlier on, Super Sub, that the Chiefs of this world, the Pirates of this world, the Cape Town cities of this world have to come to the party and have women teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've been saying this. I mean, I will
I
not stop
am
implementing
of a different view though. I'm saying that people that are
who have
capable
money.
Yeah.
and have the money, they need to get into football and start those football teams for women. It does not necessarily mean that Kaizer Chiefs needs to have a Kaizer Chiefs women football side.
But from
How
a brand,
about-
it's from a branding perspective, and
Yeah.
that's that's cutting corners.
Okay, but how about
It's gonna be a tick box exercise. You know,
I get it.
if people are saying we're bleeding money in football, as is certain teams, and now they're gonna have to go add another football team that requires all these facilities. Rather have somebody else that says, you know what, I've got the money, I want to invest in football, I want to invest in women's football, rather take up that opportunity rather
Yes,
than
Mara
just
Super Sub, I'm sorry, I have to interject. The other thing that's happened, and we've seen it in the top flight as well, where we have people that have the money, they have a couple of millions to play around with, and they come into the league and they own a team and it becomes a mess. We saw what happened with TTM, we saw what happened, still kind of is happening, and till this day, I'm actually proud of that lady for still being able to keep her head above water, but Royal AM, business people sometimes do not understand the business of football. But I'm saying, how about we do have people in the private sector who do have the money to inject into football, let them play, have a team, but let's also have the teams that we support day in and day out also invest in women's football. Can both parties not do?
But here's the other thing as well, though.
you still get keeping. You understand? You still get keeping.
The thing is, for
Okay.
Sundowns, right? I don't want to call it a charity project type of vibes, because we must remember that the women
Sundowns itself, it's a
charity project.
but continue.
What?
Okay, I did not say that.
Wait. Okay,
Remember-
I'll rewatch the show.
Remember, the league
Yeah,
is not professional.
not yet.
So if I'm a billionaire and I start a women's team, I'm doing it for the sake of having a team, because the league is not professional.
That's true.
Yeah, look. So my
It's like
issue-
owning a five-a-side team there on
Yeah.
Colette Drive there.
Tepi, I'm not. Yeah, I understand and I get what you're saying, that Mamelodi's Chiefs and Orlando Pirates should have those women's.
And all the other
football
teams
team.
to be
I feel
precise.
like ownership is something. It would be nice to see women themselves taking ownership of women's football, and that's why I'm not of an idea of maybe an Orlando Pirates still having a football team being owned by Orlando Pirates. You know, you're not uplifting women per se. You're just ticking. It's a tick box exercise.
I hear you.
If a woman comes in, maybe if they can have an agreement, still call it Orlando Pirates, and they've got the
woman
the
at the
majority share and something like that along those. I don't know if you get my drift.
I hear you. Mamkiza is a women's team.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's
I think
fair.
TS has also. I mean, we have a couple of teams, but I mean, see, us having this conversation then clearly then would translate to what's happening internationally. And so 2031 is not going to be sufficient time for the tides to kind of change.
Yeah, that might take time. Yes, where
Okay,
else are we
very,
going?
very quickly. Okay, you know what? I'm going to touch on this one because we might not get time to do it. But our boy has been doing great things in the Romanian League One title. Siyabonga Ngezan. He's won the Romanian League One title with FCSB. You would know him. He's a former Kaizer Chiefs defender. Did you play with him?
Yes.
Ah.
We won the multi-choice Disky Shield together.
Oh, nice.
Oh, dope.
2018, we went to the first team together as well.
Oh.
He's a good friend.
Do you have
of
his
mine.
numbers?
Of course I do.
Oh, good. So something great. I mean, it's a significant achievement for him, for Ngezana to be precise, who has joined FCSB at the beginning of the season. And he is a captain, correct? Was he not captain?
I'm not sure.
There?
Is he?
Yeah, I remember seeing pictures go online. Him wearing the armband, but I don't know
Yeah.
if he's the official
It
captain.
was probably, yeah. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't want.
I'm happy for him,
Yeah,
and
shout out
I'll
to
say
him,
why. He got a lot of stick from Kaizer Chiefs fans before that guy left, and he was. When Chiefs loses, he was the guy that they call out and all of that. And for him to go out there and prove that, you know what, I'm actually a good player, and to
100%.
win the Romanian league title,
Yeah.
I think it's
It's
good
an
for him,
achievement.
and
Yeah,
it's
no,
a
no,
good
Let me tell you,
confidence booster.
And speaking of someone who's achieved great things, and this is not even here, but I read a story, some publication. We have our boy coming from Mamelodi Sundowns, Mailula.
Cassius Mailula.
Mailula. Toronto, right?
Yes.
And did you see that he's now playing for
He's loaned to
He's
the
BC.
B-side.
yeah. So
How does that work? Like you get loaned to a
Exactly.
B-side. It's supposed to be the same club.
you
He's also
know,
my teammate
I think
as
it's different
was he
entities.
also your
out-
teammate?
well. Yeah.
So if you Mailula, would you not just come back to Sundowns?
If I'm ranking 600,000 that side playing for B-side,
Yeah.
I'm
But what has
coming
it done
back.
to you as like morale? Like how
No,
how was?
this is
He's still how old? He's 22, eh? 23.
Oh, he's a youngin.
No,
Yeah,
he's-
so you can still take another season and see how it pans out. You know what I'm saying?
And this is Cyril's economy, ne?
Yeah, I've got an issue. Again, Tepi,
Yes.
we're going to be having double standards here. We always give stick to players that goes overseas and come back. We say, why don't you stick it out, you know? So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think for him, he's still young. He still can stick it out for another season or two and see what comes up, you know?
Yeah.
If he works hard and raises end, which I think he's going to do, he's going to get called up into the main team again, I think.
Yeah.
Because he's a quality player.
Cassius is a good player.
He is a good
He's a
player.
born finisher, and I've never seen someone play left and right as well. You know,
Wow.
He can play
You have
as
his
strong on
numbers
his
as
left. Of course I do.
Okay.
So yeah.
He's busy fishing.
Yeah, she's fishing.
It's a big ocean. Shut
She's
up.
proper fishing.
Okay, so very, very quickly, I'm not going to even discuss this one. We talked about it, the whole situation in Morocco last week with Ares Berkane and them not being able to play against USM Algiers. And the match was cancelled due to a dispute over the jerseys. And because of that, they became a winner with a 3-0 score. They are now winners in the African Confederations Cup. So congratulations to them. Our teams, unfortunately, who did we have in the Confed?
No, we had Sekhukhune and
We had
Super
Sekhukhune
Sport United.
and SSU. Yeah, so congratulations to them, and that's all we have for you worldwide.
Thank you, darling. A quick glance. We're almost going to be out of time.
Yes,
so Premier
so,
League,
like,
we literally have
fast,
to.
Fast.
Yeah, fast.
Let's go.
Okay, Liverpool. It's over for them. Do we
It's done.
accept, or
Is
there's
it
still,
though?
or there's still some twists and turns that can happen?
No,
City's
not a
taking
chance.
it, man. Let's just keep it there.
Not a chance.
Really, guys?
Liverpool has no chance in the world to win this league because they might still not beat Tottenham this weekend.
So the romance is over. You know, the romance of our fathers leaving, and we want to make sure
It was over a long time.
The father's fighting with the kids now. He's fighting with the kids. Frustration.
Shame. And by the way, what is up with that? Like, is it really the pressure?
I don't know.
I've never seen Salah like that.
But also, I think Salah it kind of looks like the past couple of games, he has not really been
Ne?
that
The Salah we
Salah that
know.
we know. I don't know. I don't know if it was Super Sub who said the whole thing of what's his name? Jurgen Klopp announcing his departure prior to the season ending is literally what derailed that entire team.
It can make or break.
Yeah.
And in Liverpool instant, I think it broke the dressing room. You know, I don't think they're playing for each other. That's why when the youngsters comes in, because I think they've got a lot to prove, they were getting those results for Klopp, you know. And when it's more of the senior guys, you could see that, you know, there's not much that they're giving, you know. I mean, losing to Crystal Palace at home, that game, you know.
Yo.
I feel like sometimes when a coach announces that he's leaving, like in the middle of the season, and I said this to you before the pod, if a coach announces, you're already thinking next season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As a player, you're already thinking what's happening next season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who's the new coach coming in? What's going to happen?
Do I have
you
a
know?
job?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
For Salah, it's probably going to be a case of the easiest way out is
Arab
pack your
man.
bags, go to Saudi Arabia.
Sorry.
You think so?
Most probably because if we look at Mo Salah, right? I think after returning from AFCON with that supposed injury, that
injury,
he
yeah.
had,
Yeah.
Mo Salah was not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I mean, I think
Do you think it was fair, or is it unsportsmanlike for him to have spoken with his coach like that in front of everyone?
No, those things happen in
Yeah,
football.
it's the heat of the moment.
It's a heat of the moment. Kevin De Bruyne had it with Pep, and
So
the difference between Kevin De Bruyne and Pep's situation is that Liverpool is sort of like a media darling in the UK. You know, it doesn't get blown out of proportion.
It's not a menu.
Yeah, but when it was Man City, when Kevin De Bruyne and Pep had that altercation, they went to town with it.
Yeah.
wow, it's the media that side. It happens.
And sometimes it's nice to kind of see cracks. You know, it's news. So when you start to see cracks in any situation, then you want to. It's like, you know, this happy couple. That moment you see them having an argument, a silly one. You're like, yeah, well, it's over. What, Joel? So I get it.
So okay, with all that's happening,
Yeah.
is Arne Slot the right replacement? Does he slot into the team proper?
Is it already confirmed, friend?
Yeah, it's been confirmed. I think it's going to be announced very soon when the league ends. Look, I always believe that, you know, there's something that they saw in him. He's won with, is it Feyenoord?
Yeah, fair enough.
Feyenoord. Yeah.
He has been winning some cups there. And obviously they look at the philosophy of the club, you know,
Yeah.
what kind of a manager he is and all of those. And the guys that does that work in the backgrounds definitely saw him as a fit into Liverpool. So the proof is, again, at the end of the day, the proof is in the pudding.
So essentially, what it's like now then is Liverpool are gonna have to start. I wanna call it rebuilding, in a way, because I'm sure Salah's gonna go. I don't think Nunes is gonna stay.
Nunes is gonna stay.
Yeah, he'll stay, man.
Yeah,
Nunes will stay.
You reckon?
He's a new signing, basically.
he's a new signing. He's showing though he's missing those chances, but he's one hell of a hard worker.
No, granted.
A change in management can also do good for a player. You know, you can utilize him in ways that maybe Klopp did not utilize him, and then he could be, he could be prolific. You know.
Okay, City, are they winning the league? Because you said yes. I think you said yes. Tepi, do you agree with that sentiment?
So I still see an Arsenal doing something amazing.
So you don't think Spurs potentially becoming a banana slip?
It's probable, but I think Pep is one of the greatest league finishers we've seen in modern football.
100%.
And you can see in the way that they are playing, there is no panic. When those minutes are going and they're not getting the goals, you can just see the calmness in their play. That these guys, they know what they're doing and they're gonna take it all the way. So I don't think Spurs are gonna be a problem. But hey, they're playing away anything in football.
And also remember, Spurs is pushing for a Champions League position, yeah,
for sure.
And they're just 3 points away from Aston Villa.
They were pushing for that position again when they were playing Arsenal.
They were playing a big team there.
Hey, wow.
Oh, excuse us.
Yeah, take it in today, my friend.
Yeah, no. But so
Bask in the sunshine.
Arsenal, is it the worst done for them, or potentially Bournemouth might be tricky?
You saw what Bournemouth did. Something amazing.
Man United, do we rate them? Marco is not here. Let's trash talk United all we want.
No, man.
Marco is
I
not
think
here.
we've done enough trash talk for United.
No, we don't have to.
shame.
No. We don't even have to trash talk them. They do enough of that on the field themselves.
Dang.
Wow.
Ouch. Sorry, Marco, my friend.
Sorry, Marco. But potentially Man United to derail Arsenal, because the Spurs, Chelsea, Wolves test, they managed to pass those with flying colors.
United's going to be a tough game. Still going to be a tough game, man.
Man United, for real.
Man, you can be.
They
come to the party, exactly. They come to the party when they have to, and they're disappointing sometimes when you're expecting them to just walk through something like a Burnley. That 1-1 draw to me was just ridiculous.
There's quite a number of chances that Lyle Foster missed.
Yeah, no, what is this, And to be honest with you, I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, but the guys that are really struggling and scrambling there at the bottom, it seems as though the past 2 weeks, they've really come into their own and they're going for everything. And I guess it's desperation or just that final feel at the end. I mean, I never expected a Bournemouth to come out with a 3-0 against Brighton.
But then,
do you understand?
With Brighton, and,
a Fulham a Fulham and a Palace friend, a draw, not like that. Okay. Well, according to me,
Fulham and Palace, we understand. Palace has been on a good run of form of late, so big ups to them. But where Brighton is concerned, the minute De Zerbi started being given or being linked with all these other jobs, and playing a game of ping pong with the owner of Brighton, things have not been going well for them. De Zerbi looks like he's signed out.
No, he's stepped out.
Yeah.
And you can see that by the way his team is performing.
Brighton is no longer that Brighton that we saw the previous season
So
of your Caicedos, all of those guys. Yeah, So I think you stepped out, and I mean, if you are linked to your Bayern Munich, and you are coaching
then the way
Brighton.
he's going about things now, do you really see him getting the Bayern job?
That's what if you already signed?
I suppose.
there's also that. Hey, you kept us quiet.
Sheffield is gone.
No.
Leicester is coming up.
Well done to them.
Well done to
Congrats
Leicester.
for coming
And
back
big up to Jamie Vardy. Hey. The man came up with
Vardy,
Leicester, won the league, went down with them, won the championship again, and is back up with them. The man deserves a statue, Tristan.
No, he does.
That's loyalty.
Do you know he's won more trophies than Harry Kane?
Yeah, of course.
Nice. But isn't it?
With an FA Cup even.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nice.
What a guy.
So what is
But I feel
legendary?
like Leicester's also loyal to him.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
They only paid £1 million.
Only
Yeah, he was a
He was a plumber.
He was a plumber. like-
loyalty.
But big ups to him. Hadis to Sheffield. So now it's between Burnley, Luton, and Forest to decide who is gonna join Sheffield United in the Championship.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, no, and not even what's his name? Gibbs Morgan's pup could help them over the weekend.
Yeah, ish. Rough times.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing is, do you think with the standard of football that is in the Premier League, I mean, the teams that are likely to be relegated are the teams that came up from the Championship this season.
Yeah.
So the Leicester's coming, the Ipswich
Ipswich.
Town, or a Leeds. If any of those come, do you think they will be able to catch up to the quality that's in the Premier League now?
Leicester City can do it.
Leicester has it. I
Leicester
mean, they've
City
been
can
there.
do it.
But-
They've
but-
been
but
there.
they-
They've won the league.
Yeah.
They
No,
know how to play
they
in the
just
Premier
came from.
League.
They just came from.
The beauty about that with those teams is that most of the team, they've got sort of like a footprint of how they need to maneuver around
Yeah.
EPL. You know, I think that is easier for them. You know, and I think they will survive. You know, especially Leicester. I don't see them
Leicester
going
will
down.
survive, man.
Yeah.
Leicester will
It's
survive.
probably Ipswich and Leeds. I
Yeah,
think
man,
Leeds
I
also
get it,
has
but
a.
Leicester, I'm scared for, and I'm still asking because we don't have a definite answer about. Remember, they've got cases already where they are.
They can appeal.
I mean, hopefully,
And get
right?
3 points
Because
back.
then, if they don't and they lose all these points, then potentially they started a negative, so they're already at a disadvantage. So it's going to be even an even bigger challenge for them. You see, so we are yet to see what happens there. You see how Everton is struggling
But
Do you
they
understand?
out of the race.
because they're fighters. That's the thing. They just
They reached 39
valiant.
points.
Huh?
What points are they on now?
I'll tell you.
Everton is on
36.
36. They just need one more win to get to 39.
Yeah.
39 is safety zone. And for them to actually be dragged down, they are ahead of Luton.
Brentford, Nottingham Forest also.
Yeah, so
They
there's quite a
fighting.
number of teams
Yeah.
that are below them. Everton is safe.
Yeah, they're safe, man.
Yeah,
You know?
I'm happy for Sean. He's
Yeah, no,
been
sure.
really pushing.
Dive,
He did.
yeah.
He
He
worked hard
did-
for that
yeah, he
team
did
with their
one hell of a
points
job.
docked, you know.
yeah, as a fighter.
Marco wants to join us. Okay,
Everton
he
and
doesn't-
Brentford are both confirmed safe officially already
Done.
because that they are beyond the 9 points that Luton can acquire.
Okay, so mathematically it
They,
wouldn't happen.
Brentford are 10 points ahead of Luton. Luton can only acquire mathematically 9 points unless Everton, Brentford, whatever, unless the Premier League wants them relegated, so they give them more points deductions. But yeah, barring that, the only teams in threat are Nottingham Forest, Luton, and Burnley, of which all are separated by only 2 points. So any of those teams can survive, any of those teams can go down.
There we go.
Danko.
Why one?
Statistics.
okay.
So yeah, the other guys are safe. Good for them. For
Yeah, yeah.
Everton, I felt for them. It was tough for them.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
because again,
Anyway,
they don't have Arab men.
Yeah, we're going to get into our Betway picks for the week.
Yes.
But just reminding the ballers again that you stand a chance to win a share of 700,000 rands with
a lot of
Betway. You must enter, place any bet on the UEFA Champions League semi-final matches and go into a draw to win one of 1,250 sports bonuses after each leg. And you can also win up to 200,000 rands in cash prizes after both legs of the semi-finals conclude. That's next week,
Nice.
during the week. So
Fantastic.
if
So
you
there's
want
still a
Betway-
lot of chances. We
Yeah.
have what? Oh, by the way, guys, what's the score?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you now. What's the score?
One nil, I
1-1.
think.
Wait,
1-1.
let me
Bayern has
see.
just come back, has just equalized.
Is
scored?
it?
Oh,
Who
okay. Who
scored?
scored now?
Probably
can check
Harry
for you.
Kane, and
It's
I was
probably
trash
Kane.
talking him. Yes, with Betway, remember, get way more. And when you sign up
No,
to Betway,
it's
if you are
Sané.
new,
Leroy
on
Leroy
Betway,
Sané.
Yep.
Tepi,
Yes, darling.
I'm talking to ballers and
Oh,
I'm telling
sorry,
them
my
about
babes.
Betway.
Sorry,
I'm telling them
darling.
that if they are new on Betway, they must use our affiliate code Onside ZA.
ZA. Yes.
Thank you.
Sorry, my bad.
Let's go to our Betway picks for this coming week. Super Sub, I'm going to start with you. Chelsea Spurs.
Well, I think it's going to be a lovely draw.
Must remember, Spurs is pushing for a Champions League.
I guess ball is not balling now.
Okay.
Spurs.
Spurs.
100%.
I see a Chelsea win.
Chelsea win.
Yes. Laugh, guys. Next week. Laugh.
With
I say Chelsea when you
Where's
guys.
Jackson?
On God, no man, don't be. He's
Another
got
Cole
enough
Palmer
going
hat-trick.
on.
It's Cole Palmer back.
Palmer was back. He played.
Because I know what's his name. The Argentinian is out until the rest
Palmer
of the
was playing.
Was it
Man.
Enzo's out for the rest of the season.
I saw Palmer. Saturday. Chelsea was playing who? Remember when they were about? It was a 2-2 draw, but at some point towards the end, they actually scored a goal and they was disallowed. Palmer was playing there. In fact, I think he scored
They
the
were playing
first or
Villa.
second goal. Yes.
And
Yeah, he
Thiago
was
Silva's
there.
leaving too. Huh?
Yeah.
You guys see that as well?
Yeah. I
Oh
saw
yes,
it.
Palmer was
Yes, he
playing. You're
there.
right. Yes.
Yeah.
But Villa are very good
They're
this
not
season.
playing with you. Yeah. So shout out to them also.
Good evening, Mr. Emery is doing a very good job there.
evening.
Okay, Cole Luton versus Everton.
It's Everton.
Yeah.
Yeah, Everton win.
Everton.
Everton win. Yeah.
You go Everton.
win, yeah.
It's a Luton home game, so I'm gonna go with Luton.
To that stadium of theirs.
Tristan, have you seen Luton at home?
Yeah. I've seen it. There's a stadium. man.
Hey, that stadium is something else, man.
And also
Like,
remember, Everton is safe. Luton are the ones who are chasing to actually stay in the league. But I'm still gonna go with Luton though.
I say Everton.
yeah,
Ballers, you guys can also put it in the chat.
yeah,
give us
Everton
your
could still
predictions as
be
well.
hung up to that win. You know, they haven't won
yeah.
Mesa Derby in how many
And they
years?
won convincingly.
So they might just go there and just like, be flat out.
But they safe. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Arsenal, Bournemouth. At the Emirates.
At the Emirates?
No,
Nah, it's Arsenal.
Arsenal.
And at a
Arsenal,
large
100%.
margin, even at that.
Bournemouth, large margin.
I promise you.
But I don't think it's a clean sheet.
Yeah.
no.
Clean,
I
sheets
Probably a
are,
3-1.
clean sheets are eluding Arsenal these
I actually
days.
don't see Arsenal losing any of their remaining games, but yeah.
Yeah.
Crossing fingers.
They're going to
To what?
spank Man United. I told you guys.
No homo, no diddy.
Brentford, Fulham. Again, two teams that are. Oh, Brentford might find themselves in a spot of bother. Fulham, they say if they cool. They will be in the league next season.
Yeah. I see the
Everybody
beef.
else is safe up there. Marco just told us, so
Yeah.
So Brentford, Fulham.
it's going to be an interesting. I think it's going to be a high scoring game. I think 2-2.
Yeah, also a draw.
Draw.
I see the bees 2-1.
I also think Brentford is going to win
Yeah.
this one.
I see a 2-1 bees.
Hey, Fulham, doesn't. Yeah, Fulham is.
They full of it, ne?
Yeah, no.
Vincent Company, Eddie Howe, Newcastle, Burnley.
I see
Burnley at home.
Yes.
Yes, at home.
Yeah, maybe they can just pull a 1-0 there with Lyle Foster.
I've been impressed with how they've been playing of late, especially against Man United. It's just that the goals were not forthcoming.
Yeah, and there've been games where their keeper just like make those errors, you know.
Yeah, there's also that.
Yeah, but
You
say
said
Newcastle
you said Newcastle.
Newcastle
You
win.
think Burnley.
Burnley.
I will say this is gonna be a draw. Sheffield versus Forest. Also another dead rubber game. To be honest.
I'm not even gonna watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
But I'm saying a Forest win.
I also think
Forest win.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Man City Wolves.
Hey, will sometimes.
Man City at home.
Oh, but
Yes.
Man
City
City.
at
Oh.
Nah, it's
City.
But Wolves are a tricky.
That's
They're
what I'm
City.
saying. Wolves
They
can
were.
sometimes, yeah.
Wolves of Nuno, eh?
Yeah.
No, but even this Wolves, they have a way of turning up when you least expect it.
Facts.
Yeah.
My man.
Yeah.
That's why they're number 11, man.
Yeah, but I see a City win.
Yeah, City win.
Okay, City win.
Yeah.
And then Brighton Villa.
Villa's on fire, guys.
Brighton Villa. It's gonna be a tough one for Brighton, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
because like
Villa.
we said,
Villa's on
Deserbi
fire.
has switched off
Villa
Yeah,
win.
Villa.
Yeah. Yeah.
because they're also pushing for a Champions League spot. Yeah. Chelsea, West Ham.
That's a tough one.
For who?
Hey,
It's a London derby.
it's
London
a tough
derby,
one.
yeah.
Trust.
I think it's gonna have goals.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Draw. I say draw.
I'll go with Tristan.
Jared
Draw
Bowen.
with goals.
Draw.
Like
Next.
Draw
Jared
with
Bowen.
goals, yeah.
Yeah.
One name, Jared Bowen.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I say
draw.
a West Ham win.
I say draw.
Draw. Both goals.
Yeah,
But
no.
also, what does Chelsea have to play for?
To finish up top, you know.
Our top way.
Pride.
Man, there's so many
No, man,
spaces
give
up there,
Poch
man.
something to write home about, yo.
It's done. And then Liverpool Spurs to conclude the weekend.
I think Spurs there will cause an upset.
I still see Liverpool having something.
But Liverpool are, if we're being like we said,
They still
Liverpool are
have
out of the
something.
they're out of the title race.
Yeah, they are.
But I don't think they're just gonna turn around and take it in the back like that. Like they're still gonna, still come to the party.
But like you can see, there are problems in that dressing room already, as it is. Your top player.
They're still gonna. I mean, they're not just gonna take it lying down, bro. They won't. I feel like they're still going to win this one. Don't take it lying down.
Anfield. It's at Anfield, right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's at
Ah, well,
Anfield.
if Crystal Palace can go,
I was
and
about to
cost
say the
enough-
same thing.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the Liverpool guys have probably switched off. The only ones that are really pushing are the ones who are looking for tickets to go to the Euros.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I think he's probably gonna fill the youngsters, like he's been, you know.
But the youngsters also remember at some point we had the big boys who were not even playing, right? And the youngsters came to the party, guys.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So
I
the
mean,
youngsters are
they had
also
a lot of
trying to-
injuries, and those youngsters proved to be
That's
like.
what I'm saying.
But
You
in the
know?
next 3 games that are coming, if Liverpool had to lose all of them and Villa win their remaining ones,
They still have a chance of number 3.
they can literally knock Liverpool off 3rd place.
I don't see them
But
allowing
Liverpool
that.
will not lose 3 games in
That's
a
what
row.
I'm saying.
no,
They'll never
never.
allow that. I think they still have a 3rd position to kind of fight for. Bronze. That's what we got as Bafana.
I say Liverpool win.
Yeah.
Tottenham.
Okay. You said
Tottenham.
Okay.
Liverpool. You?
Liverpool.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Liverpool win.
I think Spurs is going to win.
At Anfield.
Yes. Many have done it with ease.
Wow. I hope Javi's not watching.
But yeah,
Yeah, bro.
that's the show for today. Tristan, thank you
Are
very
we
much
done?
for
Guys, it's
visiting.
been a pleasure.
Don't
Thank
be a
you.
stranger. Oh yeah, you said you were gonna tell us who you signing for.
No, I can't tell you.
Okay,
yet.
you
I
send,
can't tell you yet.
You'll send us a message. Don't worry.
One
You
in the
wanna
off
jinx it?
season.
We'll
yeah,
keep
yeah,
it
yeah.
here. We'll keep it here. We'll keep it here. We'll keep it here. We'll
I need to call my people that Orlando Pirates, man.
but what if Tristan wants to play for Sundowns?
But what about
Chiefs?
Cape?
I want him at
but I feel
Pirates
like,
there.
I feel like he would. Whatever Cape Town City would suit him.
Captain
Not
City.
Spurs.
That's where I'm from. Eh?
City.
You
Yes.
from Cape Town?
Yeah, I'm from Cape Town.
You know,
Nah, chance
It
to
would
go.
work. Eh?
it's giving.
Yeah, no.
Return.
Nah, man.
Ah.
I think Stellis, guys. We
Yeah,
need some wine.
Stellis was Kukuna United.
No,
Sukune.
you know,
I'm not trying to kick you out of the province.
I can see him working well with Steve Barker. Eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we'll see. We'll see. We'll find out. He will let us know. Anyway, this has been another episode of Onside ZA brought to you by Betway, where
Get
you get way
way
more.
more.
Tepi, thank you
Darling,
very much.
you're welcome.
Tristan, thank
Thank
you
you
very
guys.
much for
Thank you.
joining us.
Pleasure.
Super Sub, thank you very much for joining us. And Marco, wherever you're hiding, thank you very much for your contributions. And to all the ballers at home, thank you for being part of Onside ZA brought to you by Betway, where you get way more. This is how we get out. And remember, always stay on side.
Don't be.
Offside.
Danko means.
Danko means
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Danko means
Thank you, honey.